Oh yeah, you did make it in time. I did have to wait a bit because someone was at the door. I had to wait for them to leave. Or I gotta adjust my model to be the correct size. I forgot to do that. I wonder if I can scale up my, like, the portrait. Because I do want to be bigger. Let me see. Settings. I don't think so. Anyway. Yeah, that could be a good idea. Just myself over. There. So now, when I look to the left, look at my OBS, I'll be looking at Kim. I have to nod really slowly so, like, the tracking picks it up. Anyway, I remember what I said I was going to do today. I was going to try and punch Kudo one more time.
Fuck does Kuno care?
And if it works, I'm keeping it. If it doesn't work, I'm going to reload one time. Unless... Wait,
Kuno doesn't.
I should put on the physical instrument shirt. The beating shirt. At least I think that was what I needed. I don't think I have anything else with physical instrument. Unless... I don't have any drugs. Hang on.
Fuck
There.
does Kuno care?
Who's Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Stay. You refer to yourself in the third person to distance yourself from the situation. Also because he's probably coked out of his mind. Look, I bet his pupils aren't even dilating when I, like, blind him. I just noticed. He's like that shadow. I can manipulate his shadow. Look, I can make him tall, I can make him small. Or
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't throw that book shit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying. Trying to get Kuno hooked on the book.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
it's only 10:48.
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
I'm not doing anything, see? I'm just blinding him. I have a light, I can shine a light on this guy. See, he's not being touched. Yet.
Everybody, please! He's digging his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason.
Who put you up to this? You gotta try to talk into him first.
No one? Kuno's doing this because he likes it, pig.
Help! The pig's gagging him! Kuno can't speak!
Someone put you up to this.
You did this to yourself when you antagonized the Kuno. Police violence! Rape!
Alright. Hit him.
The blow connects surprisingly well, leaving your knuckles tingling.
Critical success. No, Miri, that's not true. I don't like to lean towards violence. It's just a good thing to do, you know? It seems so dark outside because, like, I couldn't see. Like, I don't have 20/20 for the last meeting I just gave Kuno.
What?
I think we have a normal conversation now, right? See, I'm peaceful. I'm having a peaceful conversation with Kuno. Right?
Dave Van Tachten, you killed Kuno!
Everything to say?
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Looks the same. What if I talk to Kuno now?
Fuck does Kuno care?
Okay, I'm definitely not getting that. It's a white check, so I'm probably gonna try that later. At least I'm gonna save first. Save on my victory. Actually, I think... Do white checks unlock after you, like, go to sleep for the next day? Because if so, I might, like, try that, see if it works. It's probably not going to. Do I have any... like, empathy items? I think it might. I'm gonna assume that it does. Because, like, even if it doesn't, it's such a low chance anyway. What do I talk about now?
Fuck does Kuno care?
Let's talk about let's try it. 17%. Why not?
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S.
Interesting. How? I got it. I got exactly the right amount. Okay. Interesting. How?
Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, but the other hides behind the fence, afraid for her life, like she's done something very bad.
Yeah, I think my luck's starting to turn around.
She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his name. Kuno S was the one who wound him up and directed him. Also, Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you, even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other one, it's like talking to a cornered animal. She only hisses. All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone.
Where's Kim when you need him? Kuno. You want some blades?
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you whispering about!
She puts extra stress onto that word, expecting it will make you uncomfortable.
Well, luckily for me, that word is censored out, so I don't have to hear it.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
Mira, I bet you never saw this, since you probably, like, never engaged with Kuno.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
What's up with her? She's terrifying. She's just crazy.
Crazy? You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane, dangerous. She's smoked a man. She's done people in, probably even pigs.
Well, she's a murderer. We can actually arrest her. I don't have a gun, and Kim's not here, so I can't borrow his gun. But I'll be back for Kuno S.
Stop talking to him! Kuno, I'm fucking warning you! You're gonna get us into shit!
She understands what you're trying to do.
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell ya? Kuno told ya. Kuno talks to whoever he wants. Talk, Pig. Kuno's got it under control.
You did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back to her so she can't read his lips.
What do you mean she smoked someone?
Kuno means she killed someone. That's right. She's a killer. Like, actually a killer.
His little green eyes are fixed on yours. He's meant everything he said before, but right now, he not only means it, he is sincere.
What if she has Kuno? That would explain things.
Fucking yeah. Kuno knows you don't want to face this right now. This dark shit. Kuno faces this shit every day. Makes Kuno's skin crawl. She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has.
How many people she killed?
Forget Kuno said that. Kuno was just shitting. Kuno was just running his mouth. Kuno's stupid like that.
A cop would be too large for her to overpower, but a determined child of her size can still kill the vulnerable, the elderly, the homeless, or other children. The creature peers at you both from over the fence. There is something searching in her eyes.
I think it's possible that she killed other children. You think Kuno could kill Kuno? You think that's what this whole ordeal is all about? Is it?
Kuno falls silent. He does not look at you when he replies.
Kuno, that's it. That's what Kuno is starting to think, yeah.
Said she's insane.
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that kiddie psycho. Cat burning shit. She does the real deal.
Whoa, she burns cats. We gotta arrest her like twice now. Maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
What's the real deal?
Snuff radio shit. Believe me, Pig, you don't want to know.
And he doesn't even want to think about it. This isn't just another boast.
What's that language she uses? What is it actually? Doesn't sound like anything I know.
Fuck knows. She says it's the song of her people or some shit.
What people?
Crazy people. The fucking Nakis. I don't know.
Where's Kim when you need him? I need to consult Kim, because I don't know what this is.
It's Suruese. The Suru are an indigenous ethnic minority in the social democratic powerhouse Vasa on the tundra and taiga-covered Isola of Katla. Far, far away from here. As far as possible, really.
Oh, thanks. Now I know what this is. I know exactly what this is now. I don't need Kim. Encyclopedia is the best skill. Could she be Suruese?
Suruese? Like that man from Helmdall shit? She could be. She could be that Helmdall shit.
Revelshot does have a small Suruese community, or she climbed into a yakberry crate and was shipped over accidentally.
How are you dealing with all of this?
How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with any of it. C doesn't either. Kuno's got this shit under control.
You back up. I'm here for you. We're gonna take Kuno's away. Needs backup.
Listen. C is Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with C. You fuck with Kuno. You threaten her. You threaten to take her away.
This is what it all comes down to. He needs you to take him seriously now.
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her. sneak up on you later and fuck you up. Do you understand?
Alright. Well, when Kuno comes to kill me, I'm gonna have Kim by my side. So I'm not afraid, but understood, Kuno. Period. Quotation mark.
Alright, now we can do business.
What business?
Yeah? What do you want? Kuno can hook you up with.
Oh, don't hook him up with shit, Kuno.
See? Relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. You respect the Kuno, you get all kinds of shit. Kuno's gonna get you hooked on illegal narcotics if you run a little errand for the Kuno. Get you hooked, pig. Get his hook in you. Then Kuno gonna get you hooking for more. Cash in big style. Pig hooker.
I like hookers.
That's right. Kuno's a candy store for pigs now. Get ready to be rewarded.
Something about errands. What about... I want to save, because I didn't think I would actually get that check. And I want to keep this now.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
I thought we were friends now. Wait, I guess I'm friends with Kuno now. Save. I guess I'm gonna go on my own journey now.
Fuck does Kuno care?
I was out about the errands.
Kuno gets it from his dad. Kuno and his dad are major suppliers. That's where Kuno gets his lightning on. Problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now junkies clawing at Kuno's door. Streets going mad. Kuno's got to throw his dirty popo man at it.
Okay.
Dirty popo man is you. In there is Kuno's violent dad on steroids. Kuno's dad does steroids and speed. If you can take him, you can have half of the speed.
Okay. Who is your dad?
Kuno's dad is a fucking monster. He's the most violent man in Revachol. He doesn't give a shit about a single thing. He drinks too.
Are you sure you can take on the most violent man in Revachol? In your condition?
How much material are we talking about? You think I can sell drugs?
Like half
After what?
a baggie, but like in this vial.
That's half a gram, sir.
Half a gram? Half a gram? Oh, that reminds me of that one prison bit I did, where I was doing a Stardew Valley collab with someone, and I made a joke to join in one day, pretending to call from prison, like pretending like the police caught me with like half a gram of like illegal narcotics. I think there's a clip of it actually. If you haven't seen it or if you don't remember it, I'm gonna show you. Wait, half a gram.
Yeah, half a G. Want it or not?
Okay, I'll make my mind. Here's what's gonna happen.
Okay. Kuno's listening.
I want to go do it. I'm gonna, but am I gonna do it with Kim or without Kim? I don't know. Uh. Okay. Okay, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna get the thing, and I'm going to give part of it to Kuno, as promised. Which option is that? Sure. One of these two, one of the top two. Do I want the speed, or do I want to fight his dad? I'm gonna fight his dad. No dad deserves to live.
Sure, whatever. If you survive, make sure to bring that shit back to Kuno. Kuno's almost out. You wouldn't like the Kuno when he's out.
I mean, I punched you out like a few minutes ago, and I kind of like that.
Just get in the apartment building. Kuno knows you already fucked your way in. Kuno knows everything. Go to room 12, first floor, and kick down the door. Police violence style. Kuno style. And then it's action time. You're locked in the room with violent fuckheads. That's it. Next time Kuno sees you, you better have his shit.
Okay, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Alright, well, I guess I'm on my own journey now. Something about the apartment's room 12 or something. What happens if the time ticks over? Like, am I gonna be forced to go to bed or something? Is it gonna be like Stardew Valley or Harvest Moon where like I just pass out on the spot? Where is like the apartments here? Are they still open? Yeah, well, this is the nightlife. We're gonna check out what's here at night. Room 12 or something. It's probably gonna be a room that I haven't been in yet. So, what's a room I haven't been in yet?
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity. It's addressed to Mr. Uno Doroita.
Let me just get my things. Chain cutters. Alright, we're breaking in at night. We're gonna rob this guy.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity. It's
Okay.
addressed to Mr. Uno Doroita.
Let me try this.
Snip. The cutter goes through them like dead leaves. The links fall to the ground on the other side of the door.
Okay. I was worried it was gonna fail that for a second. Which would have been kind of funny, because I already got like 2 really low probability checks. What if today's gonna be like a good day? I pass all my hard checks and stuff. I pass all the important checks.
You can just go in now.
Should I have Kim for this? Oh, he has $1. I can use that $1. Oh, he's sleeping. I could just rob him.
A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack of utility bills. Right next to it, in plain sight, sits a small bottle of amphetamine, conveniently equipped with a straw.
I got the thing.
You pocket the bottle as if it were the most natural thing in the world.
So, do I have it or? Yeah, I do. I have speed. Gives me +1 motorics, and it kills me. It kills me with sadness. Cool. What else have we got? Bossy erotica. I got pants. With composure. I just stole this guy's pants. Stole his laundry. That's just better. +1 composure. And I don't have to take my pants off when I rob people now. Cause I don't have like the savoir-faire penalty.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched.
I mean, I have 1 morale. I'm probably going to need a lot of it. Yeah, there is a lack of magnesium. I have 1 morale.
Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream.
So I need a maggot. Sideways.
Maggot sideways? What are you talking about? You need to maggot up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already, and the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium.
I mean, I probably have had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke. Like, almost certainly, because I have, like, no health or morale. I spent so many healing resources with Everard, because I was so sad with my lost gun, and the chair was killing me. Also, I smelled the dead man's breath, which also killed me. So I need to become a magnesium-based life form.
Yes, if you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system.
What does it do? Do I have a space even? I have some skill points, but... -1 shivers, no shakes. Let me see. It's generally understood that human beings are carbon-based organisms fusing little carbon tubes together to form complex, mushy structures capable of thought, love, and locomotion. It is also known that these structures sometimes like to take the edge off by consuming ethanol, amphetamine, etc. In such cases, it is important to supplement your body with magnesium. Fired, maggot, down, maggot. Mag time, liver damage. Maximum mag. Some people say magnesium doesn't really do anything and you just need to quit. What do we tell them? I kind of wish I could see, like, what I gain from it. Because eventually I'm probably going to run out of, like, slots. I think I'm not going to get that for now.
A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed, a stained parka, some towels and a duvet, some socks even.
And that guy's pants, which I stole.
In the dark, it looks like a nest.
I slowly reach out my hand.
Something underneath there is breathing.
Keep extending my hand towards the pile. What could go wrong? I have some healing items. Some.
Your hand touches a greasy duvet covered in cigarette burns and ketchup stains. You hear a growl. There is something alive underneath it.
I mean, he's obviously sleeping. So, like, I'm gonna catch him by surprise. Or he's just gonna stay sleeping. Maybe I can, like, rob him or something. I yank the blanket off.
You see a 60-year-old, fat, red-headed man passed out from large amounts of alcohol and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth. You don't have to take him down. He's already down.
I took your amphetamine, old man.
Silence. Only heat emanates from the sleeping body.
I really Kuno's father.
The light from the window is weak, but it seems like he is. His wild, unwashed mane bears a familiar ginger tone. Even the hair on his chest is coppery. Don't forget his face, the bloated and reddened cheeks, the bulbous nose. This would be Kuno after 30 years of alcohol and substance abuse.
Doesn't look like he's gonna fuck up anyone anytime soon, little man.
No response. A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back at you from the dark, empty and frozen. It's clear that the person behind them is not awake.
I mean, he's audibly snoring, but is he actually, like, just dead? Did he just, like, die recently? Do I have 2 bodies on my scene now?
Fucking Kev.
Perception hearing. I can't retry this. He's saying. Come on, 72%.
The man groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. It's impossible to make out the syllables. A hand emerges from the blankets, trying to gesticulate something. And then it dawns upon you, clear and surreal. Pig, he says. He's trying to call you a pig.
You're awake. Hey you, you're finally awake.
His hand falls back on the bed, limp and defeated. A loud snore escapes his mouth. He's asleep again.
You need help? Like,
The pile of blankets grunts. It's hard to say if there's anything left you could do. A change in the socio-economic circumstances wouldn't hurt.
alright. I mean, this is kind of like a sad place to be. Kuno lives here? I mean, like, they literally had one, like $1.10 in the corner, and that's it. A bottle of speed, 110, and a pair of pants, which I stole. I don't want to jinx it, but I think today is like my day of good luck. And then like I fail every other check for the rest of the session. I'm gonna aim to be like end the day before it hits midnight. But I got the thing. And I kinda have to like give Kuno the thing now because if Kim was here, there's no way he would like let me give Kuno drugs. Kuno's still, oh yeah, he's still here. I got your things.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Yeah, the drug situation.
Alright, so you got Kuno's kilo. Here is how we do it. First, you give Kuno Kuno's kilo, then Kuno gives you half back.
Cool.
That's how we split it. It's the best way. Street way.
Aren't you gonna ask how I got past your dad?
Word on the street is, you sent your little friend in dressed as a hooker, distracted him. That's some sick shit. Tell your little slanty-eyed friend, respect from the Kuno.
Will do. Actually, I won't, because then that'll expose me for doing drug deals at night behind Kim's back. Let's not tell him that.
Kuno wants to hear all about it, but first we split the kilo, then we shoot the shit.
Anyway. I'm gonna be right back quick. If you're in that anyway. Okay, I'm back. Your ad's probably done now. But I wanted to see what happened if, like, once we share the drugs with Kuno. I don't know if you saw, but I asked him, like, Kuno thinks I sent Kim in as a hooker to distract his dad, and and then, yeah. I sent Kim in as a hooker and distracted him, and I stole his amphetamines. Anyway. And I said, like, oh, I'll tell him that. And then I was like, no, I'm not gonna tell him that, because then I don't need Kim to know what I've been doing at night after, like, he's gone to bed. Anyway, here, give him the vial.
Wow, that's heavy. There you go. More than half in there. Kuno's fucking honorable like that.
Oh, you got a skill point. So, did it? When I picked it up, it had 3 charges. Does it have like 2 charges now? Like he just took 1 charge? I figured that might happen.
Now tell me, how the fuck are you still alive, pig?
I met your dad.
Yeah, you do some Sambo shit, sneak in. Was the Beano-clad hooker thing real?
Nah, he looked like my dad.
Sambo is an acronym for Samaran boxing, graceful martial arts stuff. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool. Just letting you know.
Oh, could I have killed him? Oh, I don't have a gun. Or anything. Do I even have any weapons? I have like a flashlight, like a crowbar. He was asleep. I'm just gonna say like he was asleep, and then like we just grabbed it and took his pants and his $1 life savings, and then we left.
What?
His posture changes. The swaying rooster motion stops for a second. Then he gets it going again, reorienting himself.
Oh, that got him going.
Fuck right. Kuno's dad was sleeping like a bum. Kuno told ya. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything. Fucking breaking and entering shit. That's nothing to Kuno's dad. You got lucky, pig. Kuno knew this. Kuno's fucking violent fiend dad's been drinking hard lately. Kuno knew you have a way in. Narrow window. Kuno window.
Whatever scary thing it might have been, he's now nothing. I'm guessing he's not gonna like nothing else is gonna come of him. He's just gonna be there forever now. I think. He's nothing now.
Yeah, Kuno's dad is fucking nothing. Fucking coma shit, stroke shit. Kuno's dad is so fucking violent. He's had a stroke many times. Shit. Kuno's gonna have one too. Gonna be just like Kuno's dad. Speed shit, crime shit, fucking on the bed. Kuno's gonna go out like Kuno's dad. Revachol West style.
Stop saying all this sad shit, Kuno.
Fuck are you talking, sad? Kuno's got hard shit, death shit, nothing shit.
Is he gonna turn to that? I mean, probably. He's probably gonna turn to that. Chances are you are gonna turn to that. Or... yeah, why not? He's gonna die.
Fuck right I am. Now get your nun ass out of here before Kuno fucks it dead. You think 'cause you broke Kuno 1 gram of speed, you're friends now? Turn into... Kuno ain't turning into shit. Kuno is that shit.
Kuno won! Oh, you won, Kuno!
There are a lot of unpaid utility bills. I took $1.
Fuck right there were. Fucking 3 years or some shit.
Let me guess, he doesn't give a shit about them.
Yeah, that's right. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about that electricity and light shit. Just wants to pound on people and drink.
That's no place to live. You could actually. He probably just lives in the yard, like in that shed. Actually, that's probably what he does. It's just like 11:33, and he's just out in the yard next to a corpse. What if I find somewhere else for him?
That's right, it's a shithole. Kuno's gonna move underground, Leroy shit, ancient shit. Kuno's gonna live in a fucking catacomb.
Yeah, in a tomb, Kuno.
I looked around. There was almost no loot in there. I took $1 and some pants. And that's it.
The fuck do you know about Kuno's life? Kuno's got plans. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we got plans.
Okay. Should probably start heading to bed.
Yeah, pig, this shit is done. Now get the fuck out of Kuno's face. Kuno needs to drop the bomb.
So you respect me now?
You're dreaming, pig. That's not how this shit works.
A little. But don't expect anything to change.
Don't let him dominate you, Kuno. Fuck his fat ass.
My ass isn't fat. Is it? I gotta ask him.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Is it starting to get like light outside again? Because I feel like when I started it was kind of brighter. Not like Steiner's. What are you talking about? You think the Steiner's thick? Wait, I gotta cook the boots. I almost forgot. Might as well quick save again. Why not? Gotta cook the boots.
This industrial gas-powered stove has been used to prepare food for many hungry hostel guests. There are several pots and pans on hand. The lieutenant said you'd need to boil the boots in acid to get the corpse smell out. But this used pot, industrial dish soap, white vinegar, and patience might do the trick.
I hope it's not too much patience, cause I'm gonna assume that I run out of time at midnight, and then I gotta go or something. So hopefully, it works. Check out the cookware. That's the cleaning supplies first. What do we have here?
There is a variety of soaps and bleaches in the cabinet to the left of the stove. There is also a bottle of white vinegar in the cabinet next to the fridge.
Yeah?
It's bad with those boots. Don't be stingy now.
Exactly what I found. Shouldn't I put like all the push from dish soap and the bottle of white vinegar into the pot? So which one's more? Because this one says pour lots of dish soap into the pot, or pour some dish soap and the bottle of white vinegar. I'm gonna put lots. Pick one. That's probably lots, right?
The bottom of the pot fills with shiny white goo. All right now, chef. Light up the stove and boil them.
But let me check out the cookware.
A commercial pot draws your attention. It's very large, gigantic even. It could be used to make enough stew to feed an entire city, and also to boil a putrid pair of death boots.
Am I just boiling soap? Does that work? Can you boil soap? Bring it to a nice boil.
The soap bubbles over the rim of the pot. The water slowly comes to a boil.
Wait.
Strips of polymer fabric and human tissue separate from the lining of the boots. They float to the bubbling surface.
That took so much time, I'm gonna hit midnight. Wait some more.
The boots look cleaner and cleaner. Those bits of human flesh are beginning to look cooked. You can smell it too. Just like beef stew.
Do I have 5 minutes?
That's it, chef. The boots are as clean as
Oh, it's
they're
midnight.
going to get. Steam, dense with the smell of strange meat, disappears into the vent above the stove.
New shoes.
The boots look clean, but still smell funky.
I might as well go again. Fill them again, this time with the white vinegar.
The strong vinegar odor forces you to take a few steps back from the stove.
Wait, even more.
The whole kitchen now smells like white vinegar, but maybe your boots won't smell like a corpse.
Alright, even more.
A pair of real beauties. The boots are shiny, hot, and reek of vinegar. Just perfect.
Okay, what do they give, if anything? +2 authority. I mean, I have -1 authority. So, this is going to give me 1 authority. How do they look, though?
You look down at the white ceramic sabatons hugging your arches and calves, surprised at how well they fit. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
Gifts you can hear. A lot of clanking. Take down future armor like a cop ought to be.
The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you.
I'm gonna get as many pieces as I can.
You really do feel more confident. Invulnerability does that. Even partial invulnerability.
Yeah, I want the full suit.
It may be a while before you have all the pieces. In the meantime, you should analyze the armor. Figure out its vulnerabilities.
I think I remember something about there not being pants. So maybe the armor doesn't come with pants. Which seems like a pretty glaring vulnerability, now that I think about it.
Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design.
Is it saying that in the future, I'm going to have to fight somebody who is wearing this armor, and by finding its weakness, I can, like, get an advantage over them? Is that what they're trying to say?
For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Oh yeah, I mean... Yeah, they confirmed it. I'm going to have to fight someone eventually. Oh, -1 stab warfare. Alright, I'm gonna read this thing. It really hurts to punch this armor. A sword wouldn't even leave a scratch. A bullet would bounce right off. Still, there must be some flaw in it that would allow you to stand your ground against this dangerous enemy technology. You just have to figure out what it is. Possibly by beating yourself while wearing it. Shooting yourself? Let's see. I'm gonna get this one. I'm gonna think about this. I'm gonna think about these boots. I've been thinking about these boots all week, so I should already have it. Do they actually blank when I walk? Or is that just like the normal? Okay, then it's just normal sounds. You know what? Nothing's probably gonna come of this, but what if? What if I show off my shoes to Gart? He's gotta think I'm cool, right?
Can I help you?
No. I just wanna show off my shoes. I think I'm gonna... Okay, I'm gonna go to bed and I'm gonna, like, take off the boots when I get there. Because I'm pretty sure, like, Kima's going to question, like, where the boots went. And I'm not gonna be wearing the shoes when he questions where they went. Yet. Quick save again. Is there anything else I need to do before I go to sleep?
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
What's been here? Okay, do I have anything that gives visual calculus? I do, right? Or like minus? Visual calculus. +1 visual calculus. And -1 from being a communist.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Assess the damage.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break with my own hands?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What did this then?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Wait, is this the shoe I found? Like that shoe I neglected to pick up for the whole day? It's gotta be, right?
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
Shoe.
The shoe you found on the balcony fits the hold almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe.
I'm sure I had a good reason for it. Maybe I was trying to hit someone. What if there was a spider? Right? I'm gonna say that next time I break someone's, like, property, like there was a spider. I hit someone's car, there was a spider. I should have said that the one time I hit someone's car. I'm sure, like, they would have understood. I had good reasons for it, probably.
And maybe, just maybe, you succeeded. We'll never know.
So is that all
The
for...
window stands broken in its...
Well, I should probably, you know, go to bed, because, like, we're getting close to my actual bedtime.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
We're way past 9 p.m., but we're good.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes.
I like how you can still see, like, my flashlight in the transparent dialogue box.
And then sleep doesn't come.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Maybe it's the fact that I stayed up to like 12:17 a.m. But nah. Check the pillow. Always check the pillow. Actually, no, roll it to the side. Always check that first. That's the first step.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who killed him?
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
My thoughts fall asleep now. Yeah, I hope, like, when time passes when I sleep, the thoughts still tick down, and I get, like, I wake up having completed the thinking about the shoes.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep, and images start forming.
Maybe I should have put on, like, the shoes, and, like, maybe the guy would comment on it. Oh, it's me.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
I remember nothing.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth?
I I probably was left.
That's right, Funky Baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you.
Wouldn't it be cool if, like, shining the flashlight on the disco ball, like, actually reflected light all over the place? That'd be cool.
Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I can get it all back.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
I can come back from this. I got shoes.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
Mine is tired and broken. It's 12:17 a.m.
Your mind is what now? I can't hear you. The rest is just a word dream. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
Yeah, I got that when I played Disco Elysium for the first time. I had to wait a week to play it again. There's another type.
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
I can jiggle my drag. Yeah, there we go. I healed to 1 health. That was a really nourishing sleep. For 1 health.
Good going, buddy.
Is that how it's gonna be when I close my eyes?
Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What chick?
You don't know? You don't know? Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does.
What's going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
I feel super good. He's gonna tell me to get drugs. Which I probably have now. I think I have like a bottle of speed in my pocket.
That's not really true. Your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more.
Wait, okay, first of all, I didn't do any. Like, I didn't take any. Second, I already have some in my pocket.
You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline.
Nah, I can take this. I'm not going looking for speed. I already have some.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
I probably don't need the speed. But I do have some anyway. I probably don't need it. Probably.
Suit yourself. Slow, Sad shell, man. See how you do without your spark.
Everything looks the same. Alright. Now, we can go seek him. I like the whirling and regs theme. Good morning. Kim wants to talk.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
Are these guys Dart told us about?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
Why don't you talk to them? Don't you just like walk past them? I gotta go buy that board game.
This is clearly the Union's peacekeeping force Evrard told us about. The one he said hanged our victim. We can't be sure, of course. Evrard may have lied to us. He definitely has an agenda of his own. Either way, we need to interview them, and it won't be easy.
What do you mean, rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast. I have no doubt these are the Hardy Boys Evrard told us about. The ones who keep the peace around here. And the big one must be Hardy himself.
I'm totally paying attention. Don't mind me flailing around. Let's roll.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
You know, like I'm nodding.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
How's the kitchen doing? Is it like, does it reek now because of I'm gonna check that later. Let's look at Lena. What's Lena have?
Just a moment.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Good day, ma'am. Everything alright?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
What's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
I need to use the phone.
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
Okay. But has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. You have more important things to worry about.
I'm literally gonna go buy a board game from the library and play it. So I do.
More important than a missing expedition? I don't know. Expeditions often lead to something interesting.
What was this expedition he was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Yeah, the water was broken. I would know because I tried to pull the lever and nothing happened. And Kim watched me struggle.
Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
Probably just some technical problem.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
Oh, but I like vanilla. Ice cream.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
Yeah, I'll definitely do it.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
So he's some kind of scientist. Yeah, tell me more about this. He's a scientist.
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What's that? And this is where Encyclopedia like pops in or something, right?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
Nice. Kim's got my back.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, it's scientific research or something.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology.
See?
One specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
Reality research. I could use some reality research. I need some money.
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite.
Tell me about this rare insect. I have like no suggestion. I mean, I could always use more money. That's the thing. I need more money. Tell me about this rare insect.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Fine. I'll come back later.
Of course, dear.
Or I could... Nah, I'll come back later. Sought the guard about the phone line.
Can I help you?
Another thing?
Another thing. Great. I love those.
So the phone line's dead.
Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
That's pretty strange.
It's not strange, it's inconvenient.
Literally, was foul play.
Who told you that?
Lena.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of assholes around here who aren't murderers. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know so I can forward them the repair bill.
Alright.
Yes?
Maybe I could find like a house to stay in. I gotta save at least like $20 in case I can't. How's the kitchen looking after I bombed it last night? How's the guy doing?
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
He's fine. Cause I saw like a bunch of like smoke coming out of there, so it looked like maybe I ruined the kitchen. The other guy's gone.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
An hour?
Sweet Lord, a whole hour. And you haven't thought about the rum and lemonade in all that time? You've truly extinguished all trace of yourself.
Maybe later.
Maybe later? What is this? Casual Friday? What's with the lackadaisical laxman attitude? You used to be passionate about getting your drink on. Show me you're still young. Show me you have the fire in you. Lick that stain off the counter right now.
I'll lick it later.
Right now, motherfucker.
Lick it, but only a little.
Calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window, then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter, but only a little, then out of the window again.
What are you doing?
Investigating.
We should move.
You could definitely go for some more. The titillating scent of alcohol in your nostrils was beautiful.
Does Kim have anything to say?
Yes?
Nothing yet. I'm gonna get to the bookstore, then see if I can buy that board game. Actually, I'm gonna save. Manual save. Manual full save. What if I talk to Kim? Actually, how's my thought doing? I think it doesn't progress as I sleep. Let's talk to Kim for fun.
Yes?
I want to talk about you.
What about me?
You don't look like other people around here. I should be good because I have +2 empathy towards Kim Kitsuragi. He knows I'm cool. I know how to handle this situation. Yeah.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
It really speaks to my soul. That didn't come out the way I thought it would. What is Seoul?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity, and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
Yeah, you totally make it sound uninteresting. I still want to know more about Seoul.
You're barking at the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholier.
Way to take the wind out of my sails. Okay, I'll stop now.
A point of pride to him.
Tell me a secret about yourself.
No.
Oh, okay.
The lieutenant nods.
He changed his stance. You're wearing glasses.
That's correct.
Yeah. I was able to notice that because I'm wearing glasses. I still didn't change my glasses, actually. I'm still wearing, like, the visual calculus ones.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I'm not gonna insult him. Just observing.
I guess you don't need glasses, then.
Aren't I literally wearing them?
Good. Let's change the subject.
Yeah, I'm wearing neat office shades. Still have -1 authority. Anyway. The thing I said I was gonna do, once I save yet again, just in case I want to, like, re-roll it or something. How much was the board game again? I think it was pretty expensive, right?
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
What are these Wirral things?
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
I have money. Hey, let me look through them. Is there anything interesting?
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Catawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure gamebook titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
Anything that really catches my eye?
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real.
Okay, that's kind of expensive. Maybe I won't buy that one.
That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense.
Let's play the Suzerainty. Let's see if I can play with Kim. I want to buy the Suzerainty game.
Wonderful choice, sir. A wholesome family game.
Can I actually do anything with it, though? Interact. Civilization building board game. Wow. Who plays Civilization these days? Oh, this is a genocide option. What can I do with it?
In your hands, you hold a brand new copy of the game, Suzerainty. It's snugly wrapped in a skin of plastic. The cover features a charming illustration depicting a mass of grinning laborers loading goods onto a ship, while a richly dressed administrator oversees their work.
They would not let me buy this and not play it with Kim, right? That's gotta be a thing.
The exact location and time period are left deliberately vague, but it's clearly meant to represent the economic relationship between the Revacholian suzerainty and its many vassals.
Unwrap it.
The plastic wrap rips off as easily as a bodice in a tawdry historical romance.
Open the box.
There's a hiss as the lid slides off. Inside, you find a thick, full-color rulebook and more than a dozen pouches of various wooden components.
Hey Kim, wanna play? But first I gotta read the real book. Because I wanna win.
Welcome to Suzerainty, a game of economic strategy for the whole family. The rulebook is sumptuously illustrated and thick as a Gradian novel.
You reading?
The instructions are opaque at first and introduce many concepts you're not familiar with. Fortunately, there are many diagrams and examples throughout.
Yeah.
You soon figure out the basic conceit. Each player represents an administrator for the suzerain of Revachol. Your objective is to increase the suzerain's wealth and renown by accumulating victory points.
Oh, so this is Catan, I think. How do you accumulate victory points?
That's where the suzerain's vassals come in. The game features 4 vassal nations, each one home to an economically important resource. Each turn, the player collects resources from vassals where they've placed workers. They may then rearrange their workers, fulfill contracts for coin and bonuses, or build structures back in Revachol.
They made Catan an IO game. I think it's Settlers of Catan, the actual game. And the IO game is like colonists.io. My therapist showed it to me one time and it's pretty cool. It takes a while to learn though. Like, if you want to play that game, you gotta learn how to play it. So, yeah, it's not exactly like you show it to someone for the first time and like you play a game. It takes time to learn it. But it is an IO game and anybody can like play it because it's just on your internet browser. No install, no account. Just give them a link and you can play.
As you leaf through the pages, your eye catches on a sidebar labeled Advice for Beginners.
Need the advice.
Remember, there are many paths to victory in suzerainty, but successful players will find one strategy and commit to it wholeheartedly.
Oh, so it is like Civ.
The actual scoring system appears infinitely complex, with a series of tables and appendices required to compute each player's final victory point total. You skip that part for now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You wanna play?
The lieutenant looks over the rulebook before he sees something that makes his eyes go wide.
Holy shit. The average playing time for this game is 1 to 6 hours. I'm not sure we can afford to set aside that kind of time for a game.
Okay. Maybe later. Unless, wait, okay, hang on. Do I have anything suggestion? +1 suggestion. Anything minus suggestion? -1 from my shirt. So it's gonna be like, I have +2. How much is it again? How many, like, what's the skill check? Let me see
The
this.
suzerainty box is heavy and slightly awkward in your hands. You give it a light shake and feel the pieces shift around inside.
Okay, hang on. I want to do this. Say it yet again. I'm gonna save here. Yeah.
The suzerainty box is heavy and slightly awkward in your hands. You give it a light shake and feel the pieces shift around inside.
Yeah, like, come on, like, I got +2 empathy towards Kim. Like, he's my friend. Right? Right?
What? Does the lieutenant hate fun? Is he the fun police?
Who died and made you the fun police?
The lieutenant gives you a sour look. He may or may not hate fun, but either way, he does not appreciate your attitude.
Persistent. Right?
Have you tried goading him?
Yeah, you're shaking out because you know I'd crush your ass.
In your dreams, maybe. I've thrashed my share of trash talkers before. Now come on, let's put childish things aside.
Huh? What? You know, 42%.
What is detective work if not an elaborate game? You need logical inference, attention to detail, the ability to analyze your opponent's motives.
You know, I kind of want to know like how far it goes if you keep failing it. I kind of want to know. Come on, it might help us think about creative solutions to the case.
I do feel like my thinking has become somewhat rigid. Maybe a little diversion to keep the mind limber is just what's in order.
See? He's doing the hard work himself. All he needed was a little nudge.
Alright, you've convinced me. How do we play?
Alright, yeah, I've convinced them because my suggestion is so great. I have 2 suggestions. I read the rules already, let me show you. See, he doesn't even know how to play.
You explain the basic setup procedures to the lieutenant, who seems to be a quick study. You each take your bag of tokens and counters and unfold the board between you. In the center is the crown of Revachon. Radiating outward are her colorful vessels, each one supplying some raw material desired by the suzerain. Apricots from Safre, archaeological treasures from Ilmarat, sugars from the Seminine Islands, and magenta cocaine from Supra Muindi and Sarah Maritza.
Oh, so it's like Catan.
There's also a neat little log to keep track of your progress, in case you need to put the game away and return to it later.
Oh yeah, see, you can pause, you can just come back at any time.
The lieutenant goes first. He draws a contract card and moves several of his workers to the Safre territory of the board, and the others to the Seminine Islands.
Yeah, I played Catan before, and I played Civ. Slightly, I played Civ a little bit. I'm not crazy about Civ or anything, but let's see what I can do.
Alright, detective, your turn.
You have a few options available to you. Will you try to fulfill contracts right away, or rearrange your workers to maximize production on future turns? Remember what the rulebook said. You'll want to choose a strategy early on and stay committed to it.
Rearrange my workers. I want to rearrange my workers and set up for the late game, but like letting my workers rest for a while. Is that it? I mean, I'm gonna invest in my workers for the late game.
What? It's the very beginning of the game. Your workers haven't even done any work yet.
Okay, make them work a little, but not too much.
That's more like it. You produce a handful of archaeological treasures and a smattering of other resources.
I know what I kind of don't know what I'm doing, but I'm still gonna win.
Meanwhile, the lieutenant spends 2 of his sugar and 1 of his apricot tokens to complete his contract card. He is rewarded with 4 coins and a round wooden token that he places in the center of the board.
Right?
That's a market. It's worth 2 victory points.
Hey, why don't I get one of those?
Don't worry, it was mostly just luck. You'll earn some points soon enough.
I'm just gonna glower silently.
The lieutenant returns your baleful look with a satisfied grin.
And he didn't want to play. Can you believe this guy?
Come on, is that your game face? You're practically broadcasting your position to the lieutenant with that expression. Glancing over the board, you see several possible strategies. Pressing more workers into service would increase your economic output and help you to survive a possible conflict with the lieutenant. Or you could ignore your labor supply and focus on fulfilling contracts for points and resources. Those aren't your only options. You could also show your workers how much you appreciate them by investing some of that wealth in them. After all, they're the ones producing wealth for the suzerain.
Yeah, I just said I was gonna invest in my workers. I'm gonna do that one.
Well, sure, you can do that. It's just not a terribly effective strategy, but then it's up to you.
Invest in my existing workers. Okay, I kind of doubt it now because the set is not a very effective strategy, but I'm gonna try it.
To the lieutenant's puzzlement, you spend several turns building various improvements to your territorial infrastructure.
Yeah, he didn't see that coming.
Soon, your workers have access to clean water, paved roads, and basic hobbies. In return, they produce 1 extra resource per turn.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. They should work harder.
Too bad investing in your workers just isn't worth many points.
Okay.
Take a look at the scoring tables in the back. You see in Table 8C that investing in territorial infrastructure multiplies your final victory point total by 1, which is to say not at all. Whereas erecting monuments in Revachol gives you a multiplier of 5.
So you're saying I fucked up.
Yes, precisely.
Hey, why are we playing this board game again? Shouldn't we be doing like detective work on the case? Like why did Kim suggest we play this board game?
Now it's the lieutenant's turn to respond. He moves aggressively onto the Safre territory. Soon, his workers are producing a steady supply of extremely valuable apricots.
Of course it's Kim's fault. You see, this guy's a nerd. He like loves his board. This guy looks like he loves playing Civ all day.
For several turns, you struggle to respond to the lieutenant's burgeoning apricot empire. Eventually, you relocate the majority of your workers to Supremawindi and Saramaritsa, where they begin producing a bumper crop of cocaine tokens. You draw a new contract card. According to the text, there's an aristocrat willing to trade a large supply of cocaine for a number of coins and access to a rare bonus. Amplified music worth 7 victory points. You know, this isn't unlike the situation the historical Revacholian suzerainty faced in Safre in the middle of the last century.
Tell me more.
Well, the suzerain was looking for new markets for all the cocaine it was producing, and it settled on Safre. By introducing cocaine into Safre under exclusive contract, the suzerain created an extremely valuable captive market for an extremely addictive product.
That's brilliant.
If you could somehow get the lieutenant's workers addicted to your cocaine, you could not only make them less productive, you would also force the lieutenant to pay you for your cocaine tokens each turn.
Let's hydrate. Yeah. I've stopped playing. I haven't played Civ for a while, but I've thought recently about like maybe I could do something like that. Like if I ever play with like a group of people who I'm going to make hate me at the end of 6 hours, what if I just like was really generous toward them in the grade, like give them a bunch of funding and money and stuff, and then like later on cancel all the deals. So then there are a bunch of resources down, like I make them develop a dependency on my resources, and like they keep on paying me or something. I don't know. I'm trying to build more addicts. You even do that? I'm pretty sure you absolutely can.
Yes, you can. It's right there in the rules. You've reached a critical strategic juncture. How do you respond to the lieutenant's aggression?
Alright, Kim, you're not gonna like this. I'm gonna introduce your workers to cocaine. Yeah. I'm winning now.
With each passing turn, you slowly bleed the lieutenant of coins as his own workers become less productive and more dependent on your magenta cocaine tokens. As a matter of historical fact, this is almost exactly what happened in Safre. To this day, fully half of the former Safre Empire remains dependent on international aid in exchange for a steady supply of cheap produce.
Just like you did to Safre. Would that be offensive to just like recreate real historical events, like that took advantage of another nation? Possibly. But I'm gonna take your advice, man. I'm going to unleash my brain and say whatever. Yeah, just like real life.
More or less.
Realizing victory is slipping away, the lieutenant launches a desperate gambit. Protectionism. By erecting tariffs on your cocaine, he hopes to starve you out of the market, at the risk of incurring the suzerain's disfavor. The end game is upon you. Do you escalate the trade war with the lieutenant in hopes of crushing him with your economic might?
Okay, it's end game time.
Or do you ignore his aggression and focus on building the mighty victory column structure in Revachol herself? Alternatively, you could throw the whole game away by trying to build a public education system for the children of your workers. The choice is yours.
I'm probably going to like go for the victory column, the first one, because I think that is what's going to get me the win. Or I could just fight him and be a dick, which I'm tempted to do, but I'm gonna go for the win. If I win, maybe we can do like, I can still like be a dick. For Almighty Revachol, I'm gonna get the victory column.
Building the ultimate structure requires diligent economic planning, which you completely fail to do.
Oh.
Rather than build a glorious monument to Revachol's economic superiority, you have to settle for a handful of post offices and school for the blind.
A risky gambit, detective. Sorry it didn't pay off.
This game is rigged. Rigged, I say.
Don't be a sore loser, detective. Your moves were your own. Now, let's tally up the scores, shall we?
Alright, let's see. Let's see how close it was.
Computing the final scores is almost a game unto itself. You each spend an inordinate amount of time making stacks of coins, consulting tables, and struggling with basic addition and multiplication.
Oh, it's a good thing I have 4 visual calculus. -1 from thoughts.
After double, then triple checking your maths, you have your final score.
Right? How close was it?
15 victory points. The suzerain will not be impressed.
Okay, how much did Kim get?
I've got 26 points. Don't be glum, detective. There's always next time. Figuratively, I mean. There's no way we have time to play this game again.
Are you sure? I mean, I asked you like 3 or 4 times already.
Now, let's clean up and get back to work.
You hold the open game box before you.
Oh. I just paid $12 for like that. That's side thing.
Yes?
Nothing. I think I'm gonna keep it. And I'm gonna put my other stuff back on. What did I have on before? It was the lounge jacket, I think. Okay. Well, that was a thing. How's the body looking?
The man is decomposing visibly now. Every hour, he looks less like a creature and more like a pile of intestines. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Oh, so I guess going to the next day doesn't refresh my checks. Tell me who you are, dead man.
I'm gone.
Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where's that?
In the past, way out in the west.
Who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
There's nothing funny about you.
There is nothing funny about jokes either.
Who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
One more question.
Go ahead, Coppo.
What's happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Why do I love questions so much? That's a question.
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Yeah, give me a comical amount of questions.
Coming right up, copperoonie Rooney. This is getting upbeat now.
Can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
What?
Looking at my face, motionless. Looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Maybe this will lead to something indescribable, unforeseen, miraculous, or milquetoast.
Ha!
The clown lips on the corpse appear to smile. Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming. A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost here. You can feel it in the air, on your hands. The cold spring air smoothing them over.
You smell bad.
Do I remind you of someone?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
Baby infected with harlequinism.
You sure wriggled out of that one? Coppellini.
What if I feel like I forgot something terrible?
Because you have.
Who killed you?
Love did me in, Provocopo. It was love all along.
Which was just killed you, love or communism?
Huh?
You said love killed you, but when you fell down, you said it was communism. Which I am rebuilding.
You're misquoting me, Rooney. I said communism killed me. Love did me in.
You really need to learn the difference, buddy. This is embarrassing.
Is my name Rooney? I know this is not right, because like I already spoke with Everett and accepted my name as Harry Dubois. So I can probably skip that.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Tell me something.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
Never mind.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
I think it's time to bag him up. Yeah, I think I'm done with the body.
If you think so, officer, I'm not going to object.
Is he not gonna ask about the shoes?
I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my kinema. I'll take it from there.
What should I do in the meanwhile?
Continue working here. The locals, the case, or attend to your own business. I will meet you downstairs in the Whirling in Rags tomorrow morning, 7:30 sharp.
This means Lieutenant Kisuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning.
What?
You're free to do side tasks and even the main case, though it might be more difficult.
No, I'm gonna keep Kim.
If you have nothing to do, read books or sit on the bench on the plaza.
I might reload that actually. Kim abandoned me. I'm probably gonna reload that. But I'm curious now. Wait a minute. Yeah, I better reload that because like we're gonna do stuff on this day. But what if I talk to Kuno? Actually, what if my save is looking like? I'm just gonna reload. I think I was here. Yeah. If this puts me back before we did the board game, I think I'm gonna redo it. Did I buy it yet?
The suzerainty box is heavy and slightly awkward in
Okay. Yeah, I did. I put my other stuff back on my lounge shirt. Alright. So I'll get him to collect the body later. Or maybe I could buy the $25 game. What was on the quest list? Let's see. Call Alice back in the day for the info on the armor, which I will do.
In the morning light, the white on blue police livery on the motor carriage cannot but catch your eye.
I didn't think about this. Wasn't I supposed to...
Do something important? Something murder related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. This is a Caprice Kanema, the Caprice Motor Corps follow-up to their highly successful workhorse, Caprice 40, and the answer to the Lum's racing breed, Ferv series.
My skills. Is this the...
With its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine, driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox, the Kanema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.5 seconds, and go on to a top speed of 180 kilometers an hour.
Won't it roll over on the first sharp corner?
The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the auxiliary systems and making the Kanema effectively a mobile power plant.
Yeah, this is cool.
Due to a quite steep price tag, it is very unusual to see one in police livery.
This machine really puts the loco back in locomotion. Very cool.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look?
What's it pack in there?
130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
Yeah. I don't know how I know that, but I guess I interfaced it.
Man, that's got to be a major advancement over the KR-18 GU engine on the old Caprice 40.
That's a 7-liter V12.
7.2. Supercharged.
A fine machine.
Yes. An extraordinary machine.
Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot.
Ever thought about switching to helium headlights?
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballast first.
If we ever get this case solved, maybe we can do it together, right?
Maybe. Yes, definitely maybe.
And means no.
Okay, let's move on. What else? Or I was gonna call Alice.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up the radio again.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Have you heard back from the ICB about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Semenine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
What's it called now?
The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
Yeah, suit of armor would have to be fitted. There must be a record of who it was issued to.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
Yeah, please do.
Sure. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I will have more information for you then.
Great.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Let's touch the steering levers for fun.
The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator pedal. You have synced with the machine's mechanical circulation.
Do I know how to drive this thing?
You feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics.
Use the clutch and squeeze it again.
Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. But it almost feels as if the clutch handle is gently squeezing back.
How are you, my friend? I'm gonna talk to Kim's car. Maybe that'll make him think I'm cool.
The smell of freshly treated leather, the lack of dirt and dust on the dashboard, and a neat little brush in the cup holder, all seem to be whispering.
I mean, he seems pretty proud of his car. Like, I talked about his car, I talked about his 7-liter V12 or 7.2-liter V12 and his helium headlights, which he had at home.
I'm good, cherished and cared for, in the hands of a tending owner.
Where have you been?
At the bottom of the sea.
What? Ah, I almost died of sadness.
So strange. The machine is not on the bottom of the sea at all. It's right in front of you, well kept. Why did it say that?
Use the clutch handle.
The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside the drivetrain, the disc is mated to the flywheel again. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook.
Let's tap on the fuel
pull-out
preheater
toolbox.
gauge.
As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch, labeled heat.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
Fine. I almost died of sadness looking at your car. I wish I had a car like that. What's on? Oh yeah, I gotta talk to Joyce again. Maybe I can get more money from Joyce. Let's see. Maybe I can find something cool on the way. Alright, I was also supposed to talk to Titus and his Hardy Boys. I almost forgot, like that's kind of the main goal of today, working with Titus. I almost forgot. I feel like I have like a theme for missing the largest, most obvious, most glaring like thing I'm supposed to do. Like Joyce's probably really, really important, but I forgot all about her until like nighttime of day one.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
What can you tell me about the lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
Am I gonna die of sadness again because I don't have my badge?
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
'Twas stolen by some artist, surely. Best to pin the blame on them. Everyone knows you can't trust artists.
Yeah, let's put the blame on artists. Some artist types stole my badge. It was a mistake to trust them.
You mean someone stole your badge?
Yeah, they said it was for a performance. You know how artists are these days.
I don't, in fact. I'm afraid what I need to tell you is wholly unrelated to art. I really need to discuss it, however, with the RCM, and I need your badge for that.
Unbelievable, sire. Even the performance artists didn't work.
Can't blame them on someone else.
Everyone knows you can't trust artists. They're nearly as bad as clowns.
Right. I lost my badge. Because the unusual medical episode, it was stolen by a doctor.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Yeah, after a night of heavy drinking, I lost all memory, my life, and the world.
Oh dear. I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
She must have been suspecting something for a while now.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Maybe I could show them something else cool. Like I could show them my green ape pen, or I'll have to check.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
One suggestion. Pity's my boat failure. Okay. I'm gonna hope like I can keep this check like available, because I need to put on my negotiation shirt.
Of course. But before we do, officers, let me be perfectly clear. The situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this lynching business, the better for all of us.
I'm gonna assume that it's still available in like that menu there. I had a negotiation shirt, right? That's a -1 change. Didn't I have one? That's -1 suggestion. Oh yeah, +1 suggestion.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I'm missing badge.
I'm afraid I can't say any more until we've taken care of formal protocol.
Boat failure. I still can't believe she hit me with a sip after I failed a reaction speed check by 1 point, which I could have passed if I was wearing a hat. And she just sipped at me. Negotiate.
She's a negotiator. Just float a favor at her. Insinuate.
Yeah, surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials. Kim, give me your gun.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
Kim, give me the gun.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Like what?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
No, I just want to show her the gun. Because, you know, it's a very cool gun that only police have. I even remember, it's an Armistice A12 flintlock pistol. Right? See, I know what I'm talking about. It's almost as if I didn't lose my gun.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones.
You don't know what Armistice A12 is because you lost your gun.
Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
I can find my badge somewhere.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment. Let's just walk over here too.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would.
How did you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and you know, not volunteer us to be her henchmen.
I thought it was going pretty well. I even passed the check, except for the boat failure.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
Maybe this is all her plan. She might have heard about you.
What do you propose? That we don't investigate the drug trafficking?
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it.
I kinda took Everett's check. They probably all know that.
What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
Got it. I could just find my badge, too.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large, and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence.
You could request a new one from the station, but that would literally take months.
Alright. Let's get back to her then.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Okay, tell me about this alleged drug trafficking.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Isn't this kind of like that board game I just played with Kim? I smuggled cocaine into like the Samar and Isola.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
So, let me get this straight. The materials come from Samaria to Revachol through the terminal.
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
And you want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Everett and the Dockworkers Union. Still,
Every chain has its weak link.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
The lorries.
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they're vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Her irises are light green, like the river Esperance in bright daylight, upstream where it's clearer.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Uncovering Union secrets could also give you an upper hand when dealing with them.
Why didn't you come to the RCM earlier?
We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
No coincidence that the lorries are stranded there like that, is it?
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
We already had some suspicions that one of the drivers was present at the lynching.
The two might even be connected.
Or not. Though, if you have evidence to the contrary, I'm eager to hear it.
As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job is done.
Alright, let's do the thing.
Yes?
We will take it.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
That's all for now. I can't ask her for more money. That wasn't an option. I think last time, the other day, when I did ask her for money, I just took half her whole wallet. Which means I can get twice as much, in theory. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to the drivers. The obvious choice is like the racist lorry driver. I don't think it's him, but I think he's the obvious first choice.
Looking for something?
You're a lorry man, right? What's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
Smell of booze and cigarettes. What's different about narcotics?
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
So I take you're not smuggling drugs out of Martinez.
Not in, No doubt. I'll never betray the purity of my tribe.
So you're telling us that you don't know anything about drug smuggling through Terminal B?
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
What are you still here for?
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
I did see one lorry with the trailer doors open. You know what happened? Was there a spider?
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some Kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
If they were getting drunk inside the Whirling in Rags, how could they know who broke into the lorry?
If you're all at the Whirling, how do you know that it was Kips who broke into the lorry?
What? Aren't we allowed to say that it's the Kips who do all the stealing around here? That's not road to science, man.
If it's not you, then who's smuggling drugs through Terminal B?
Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well.
The one reselling humanitarian aid packages, right?
That's the one. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. Is your man alright? 100%. He's a lorry man selling his employer stuff. Broke the seals on his Humanox lorry. No doubt he's selling drugs too.
Wait, I can buy like that blazer, because that was like a couple dollars, and I have money now.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Let's go.
Guess so.
All right. How much was the shirt and the glasses again? If they're cheap, I might definitely buy them. How much were they again? This one looked good when I looked at it first time.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy.
Oh yeah, it's got $4.50. That's a bargain. How about?
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
I don't want these. What else was there? Was there something here too?
The speakers below are banged up and worthless.
$50.
The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here.
You know, I could buy the sneakers for all my money. If I had these, I would wear them. But for $50, can't I like negotiate them down or something? Like, if they were 20 or something, I would buy them for 20. What about the sad Concord Samurai speakers?
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
Really, I need a luxury life with all the armor and stuff. Yeah.
That's right, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale.
I'm gonna talk to him.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
So, what's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs.
We're looking for a lorry driver who's transporting drugs out of the harbor. He or she's in this traffic jam.
That's so cool. You investigating the local drug trade like some cool narc? But I am not a lorry driver. I am just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
You are a lorryman. Another driver has identified you and your lorry.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole. I'm...
Realizing he can't get out of it. Smart man.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream.
So you forgot to tell me.
Exactly. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with ingenuity.
What do you know about the drug operation at the harbor?
Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd. You know, the drug crowd.
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd.
I'm getting semantic satiation. The word crowd. So, this is an encyclopedia check from me, yours truly. Semantic satiation is when you see a word so much, it starts to not look like a word anymore and you forget what it means. I'm getting that with the word crowd. It wasn't some drug crowd. You know who they are. Tell me now.
Shush, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please, don't get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up.
Well, Miri, you need some encyclopedia skills.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
We're buddies, right? Help us out. No one will know it was you. I'll even buy the shoes if you give me a discount.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady.
Who are these other drivers you talk?
All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now? I really want us to be cool now.
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other one with the tattoos?
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos.
I haven't seen a lady on the roundabout. Except for maybe that one person who I didn't even talk to. Because they're just in like a small little corner or something. Maybe.
There's one by the statue of that king. I haven't gone near her. And I won't either.
The third driver. We haven't talked to her yet. Where exactly is she? Near the horseback monument?
I think I know where she is.
In her lorry there. But I don't know if it's her. Are we cool now? I think we're cool now.
Yeah, we're cool now.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You deserve it.
Maybe I'll buy the shirt. How much was it again? It was like $4.50.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy.
+1 composure. I have pretty good composure. Which is pretty realistic to me in real life. I have like... I think I've told you about this before. Like, what if I gave someone like this skill sheet and I asked them to fill it out like based on their own real life skills? I feel like composure would be like my best skill. It would be my crown skill. I want to buy the windbreaker. I might come back for that. You know what? Maybe I will buy it. Also, yes, today's theme is shoes. You know what I wish I could do? What if I put one shoe on one foot and a different shoe on the other foot? So I wear one of these boots, and then I wear like those fancy $50 shoes on the other foot. So I get half and half. So like if I wear one of these shoes, I get +2 authority, right? And then if I wear
The speakers below are banged up and worthless.
I wear
The
like
sneakers
one of these
triumph over
shoes,
them.
it could give me
They're the star of the show here.
it could give me 1 reaction speed and +1 hand-eye coordination. So it's like half and half. Totally fair and totally balanced. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna check out the pawn shop, because I want to know if I can sell that board game I bought.
Officer, the flashlight, please.
Fine. Fine, no flashlight.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Can I sell the
Sure.
thing?
Let me have a look.
I have some armor. I'm not gonna sell the armor. Let me access my pawn menu.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
No, I can't sell the board game. These are like pretty cheap, except for... Wait, I could maybe... I think I know who this guy is. I don't have anything else to sell.
Another time, perhaps.
They shine a light in the room again. Assert dominance. Okay. Okay, if buying the blazer, like the windbreaker, would keep me above $50 to be able to buy the shoes if I really wanted, I would have done it. Where am I looking? Yeah, I didn't know there was a ramp there. Good to know. Oh, there. Is that the person?
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face.
This is the police. Put your hands behind the ground.
The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile.
Excuse me, I'd like to ask some questions.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
It's not my fingers. Which I randomly learned how to do it, like, when I became an adult. When I was a kid and a teen, I always wanted to be able to snap my fingers, but I could never do it. And then I woke up one day as an adult, and I could do it really, really well. I don't know what changed. Maybe snapping is an adult skill. Snap my fingers.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Kim, give me your gun.
Where am I? Who are you?
Me? I'm the law around here.
Then I don't suppose you could tell me where we are, Lawman. Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
What's so bad about the 50s?
The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber?
Yeah, when I was a kid, like I had a friend who had a really flexible thumb. They could bend their thumb in like any angle. They could like bend their thumb backwards, put it on the back of their hand. It freaked some people out. I thought it was kind of interesting. I just wish they washed their hands more. Where else would you be?
Back in Methka, during the time of the revolution. The sidewalks and cafes are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is.
Sorry to interrupt your daydreaming, ma'am.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the man behind the Black Sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden. While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Methk, it was a golden age.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Muindi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petrostate, a constitutional monarchy, and, as of recently, an outcast due to its tilt to the far right.
So I take it you were in Mesk when you were young.
Someone was.
Someone? Who?
They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
All of what? The world. The present.
Right, I have some other questions for you. Police questions.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
What are you hauling?
Diamonds.
Really?
Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was?
Okay, what are you hauling?
Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
They don't know? I mean, you don't know?
I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
What if the cargo is contraband?
Then it's contraband, Loman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo.
Bad Hand Hermenegildos' bad hand strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people.
Are you the lady driver?
Did you just call me a lady, Harife?
I was told the woman driver. You're the only woman here.
I'm not that either, Harife. I've gone too far from it all to remember what was between my legs. It doesn't work like that on the long haul.
So you're not the driver everyone's terrified of?
I'm only terrifying to small children, and to those who used to know me.
Yeah, it's not her. Believe me.
But who is the female driver I was told of?
How should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other communers sniffing around, when I have my movies to go to?
Should long haul, that's...
The big ones, the trucks. There's no women and men there, it's all just... In the middle of this town, there's a ghostly motorway. It takes all the people where they want to stay.
In the background, a quiet song seeps from her cabin into the air. You don't hear any vocals.
Why are you scared of the people who used to know you?
Because they can no longer recognize the person I once was.
Okay, that's all I did. No thanks.
Oh, Sim.
You seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about drugs.
What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare.
What's the adversary?
Yes, there is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest.
Where can I get my hands on experience like that?
If you don't know,
Maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
Everard sent me. Yeah, I took his giant novelty check.
who the fuck is Irad?
The union boss?
Ah, and what do I care about the Union boss? He's no Gabriel, he's no Franco Negro, he's not even Hermenegildo the Hound.
Okay, are you smuggling drugs through Terminal B?
Maybe, probably not. Makes no difference to me either way.
You said you don't know what's in your cargo. Could it be drugs?
Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grat, on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grat, Loman?
Drugs?
No, Loman, diamonds.
Okay, you're not involved with it. Why are you still here? Just to suffer?
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the features of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
Yeah. Thank you for now.
Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Mesky.
How's my thoughts doing? I'm pretty close. I'm probably going to get this really soon.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine.
I'll look in the window.
The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
What about the back seat?
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from Eamdal in the Lost City of the Pygmies.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
You think this story belongs to our tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
There he is, in front of Rita, smoking nervously, hoping it's over.
What kind of stickers and insignia?
The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. A large metal pendant hangs from the rear view mirror. The pendant features a sun crowned with wavy rays. It is the seal of Royalist era Revachol.
Maybe I can go talk to the guy again. Go ask him about his souvenirs. Back.
Looking for something?
I'll leave. Give me the runaround. Press up. Where's the lady driver?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why are you smirking?
Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
Well, let me put on. You're lucky I can't put on my ass-kicking boots, my +2 authority boots, to give me a grand total of 1 authority. So who does? The lady driver?
No. He means La Puta Madre.
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock. Controls what is probably the most powerful organized crime outfit in Revachol West.
Yeah, him.
Sure, cross my arms and nod.
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
The lieutenant adopts a Rodentine quality. Be cool, sire. He's getting into this.
I'm just gonna sit and watch. I'm gonna let him pop off.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is.
He's surprisingly good at this. Not bad at all. Look at him lurching.
Go get him, Kim.
It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorryman and Carter's Guild.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there. Did his shitty little guild protect him?
What's ceramic armor? He's not wearing ceramic armor. I mean, yeah, look at him. Look at my flashlight and be blinded.
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. Be careful. This man's still got some fight in him, by the looks of it. It won't be easy to break him.
I think this is the check you failed horribly. I'm gonna hope that I can come back and do this. I can put on my shoes, or my shirt. Wait. Do I have something that gives me +1 half-light or something? We're not for now.
Fairweather T500. Remember that weakness you were looking for in the ceramic armor? Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles, but a large, slow-moving pry bar would shatter it? Or, if I run an electrical current through it, maybe it will melt. Or, personal favorite, frequency something something radio weapon? None of that would work. You need to shoot the part of the enemy that doesn't have Fairweather T500 on it, because the armor itself is invulnerable. Good news is, so are the armor pieces on you.
What do I get? +2 hand-eye coordinate against enemies in FT500 armor. Okay, so I am gonna have to fight someone like in this armor. +2, that's not bad. Anyway, let me put on my ass-kicking shoes. +2 authority. Listen to that ding. Satisfying ding. I have anything with half-light. Okay, this removes half-light, so I gotta get rid of that. I'm gonna conceptualize this guy. Oh, loves half-light. That's shivers. I'm gonna put on the patrol cloak. kind of want like a better neck item. I don't want to wear the tie forever. That's electrochemistry. That's minus half light. Okay. I'm gonna save, like, I'm probably not gonna reload. It's approximately time to save. There. I currently have 3 half light.
Looking for something?
58%, right? That's gotta be good.
Men like this only respect 2 things: strength and fear.
Okay, it's a good thing I put on my clothes. Because I could only intimidate this man while wearing clothes. Usually it's the opposite, but this guy's just weird. Show me your lorry right fucking now. Lady driver's lorry, where is it? As I shine this flashlight into your face, like 2 inches away. Yeah.
Fuck you, I told you. I'm not gonna...
There. His voice grows smaller as yours.
Well... Yeah, I think I know when you failed this check. You went homo. I could go the same way, kind of. Or... I've been to your fucking lawyer, I know where it is. I'm gonna burn it down, you hear me? I probably could, like maybe I can get some cigarettes, light one up, and toss one in the gas. Or, I could drive it. I've been to your lorry.
Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. Green, banged up thing. I don't fucking know who she is.
When did she go away?
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke, probably. I haven't even seen her for days.
Where exactly is your lorry?
Past the monument. Down there. The Green Temple. Now, leave me the fuck alone, okay?
A small temple by the monument. Green. Let's get into that lorry.
Where I'm going. Thanks for your cooperation. Not.
Looking for something?
Right, I'm going. Great. I'm gonna change my shoes in front of you. +1 to indirect modes of taxation. I don't even know what that means. What does that do? +1 to indirect modes of taxation. Actually... You think he's gonna do something? Think he's gonna say something?
Yes.
Aren't we gonna talk about the boots I'm wearing? Okay. Well... Originally, I was going to avoid letting him know I had them. Okay. Aren't we gonna talk about the boots I'm wearing?
Okay, let's talk about it. You stole the boots. Congratulations. That must have taken an enormous concerted effort, considerable ingenuity and timing. Now, I'm going to report you and you are going to go to jail.
Nice.
Lie. Lie to get out of it.
These are not the same boots. I like them so much I want to buy a pair myself. See, I had money. Yeah.
Sure. Anyway, did you want something? Related to police work?
Okay. The gloves. +1 interfacing. What else did I have? Oh, right, my conceptualization shirt. You know, what if... Maybe I should wear these shoes, because otherwise these don't give me anything. What are my skills looking like? Just 2 authority. I can have 1 authority. Actually, I want to keep my composure up high, though, just in case it becomes relevant. Yeah. It's just like me to have high composure. Okay, something about the green... somewhere? I feel like I'm walking past it. I think I've gone the wrong way, unless... There's something in here? Oh, but... No, I went the right way. See, I got 2 pieces of trash. I got 20 cents worth. Okay. A green truck. Somewhere.
This screen found, A to Z, Contemporain, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This must be the one he told us about, unless he was lying.
Speaking the window.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of a seat and 2 steering levers.
Let's try the door handle. What if it's just unlocked?
The door is locked. The handle looks shiny, like it's recently replaced. There's no pick in this lock. The owner has put special care into it. It's a recessed design.
Give me your gun.
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside.
Really?
This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
Alright. Physical instrument. I better put my physical instrument shirt on. I should say that before I do anything, like, ever in real life. As I'm about to do something, I take a step back and I go, okay, time to put on my laundry doing shirt. Oh, time to put on my eating shirt. Yeah, make sure you put on your tea making shirt.
This screen found, A to Z, Contemporain, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
I'm gonna wait for you to come back. Cause I feel like me failing to get that is going to be comical. What else can I do in the meantime? Actually, I'm gonna be right back too. With my thing open. It's my BRB. Okay, I'm back again. Unless you're back now, I'm gonna wait to break into the truck. Because I feel like that could be comical. Because my odds of breaking into that are really, really low. So I want to know what's gonna happen. What I think is gonna happen is it's just gonna keep giving me more chances anyway. What if I talk to this guy? I think his name was Tommy or something.
Still here, stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
I have no empathy. Oh, he's nothing. Welcome back, Miri. Don't forget to take off your tea-making shirt, since you no longer need it. Yeah, I just went to BRB 2, and I just got back, like, 30 seconds ago. So anyway, I wanted to wait for you to break open this truck, because even with my best gear, I don't have a good chances to break in. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else.
This screen found A to Z, Contemporain, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
Alright. 28%. I'm not expecting to get this one. In fact, I kind of hope we don't get this one because I think that it might be funny if I fail this one. I hope I'm not wrong. I hope it is funny if I fail it.
Prybar in hand, you take a hard swing at the window. A loud thunk rings out and the prybar bounces back, leaving a tiny spider web on the glass. Looks like the window might be shatterproof. You may have to rethink your approach.
Okay, hit it again.
Another futile thunk sounds in the brisk coastal air.
This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
He smashes it into the window. Droplets of glass fly everywhere, shattering over the lorry floor and pavement. You can just reach in now.
Nice.
It went better than I expected. Open it from the inside.
Yeah. If Kim had not been here and I had failed to break the window myself, what would happen? Okay. Okay, I'm really curious now. Someone out there has probably done it. What if he went through the entirety of Disco Elysium without Kim? What if he went the entire game solo? And what a nice man.
The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
Well, first thing I'm thinking is, when I picked the option to have Kim like take away the body, he just left. Like that was the first thing I did, and he left for the entire day. That's why I reloaded, because I wanted to keep him nearby. Also, what if I just didn't go to bed at night and I did like all my work when he was like gone to sleep? That might be possible.
A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
Unfold the newspaper.
It's an issue of Périphérique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages.
Pick up the note.
It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Radio, posters, a trace of motor oil smell under all the cigarettes.
I admire the posters.
These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye, a centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat. There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy, with a hint of amberette, wafting through the bitter air of the cabin.
Stop and wonder, what's that smell?
The remnants of a sweet juniper-scented perfume. Probably Grenade number 5.
Study the centerfold.
The actress is draped in a sheathed dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. This is Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography, less known for her talent than her tragic, untimely death.
Happened to her?
She wasted away in a drug den called the Door to the River, not far from here, on Boogie Street, a mixture of cocaine and morphine. She was afraid of the world, and the camera, too.
Alright, that's enough of the posters.
The actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard, and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat.
Examine the pedals.
You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle. Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Looks like the driver's glued a piece of sandpaper to the throttle to offer some extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
Sandpaper would also rip off the pattern from the driver's right boot sole.
Yes?
One of the footprints in the crime scene had an aberration. One sole was smoother than the other.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
Woman, always up to something. Now she's the one running the drug trade. What a handful.
We've identified one of the footprints, but there are still 7 to go.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front, and a pull-out toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
Examine the radio.
Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
It has to be an advanced model to fit so many frequencies next to each other without blending them together.
What about speed? What about the Speedfreaks FM? Is it one of the safe stations here?
No, that's on 78.9. What? I happen to have committed the frequency to memory. I have no problem admitting that.
What else can we do? Why do you need so many radio stations?
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation, with quite a range too.
A 20-kilometer radius at least, perhaps extended by an attachable antenna that's not here right now.
Anything else we can do with this radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
What else is here?
The smell of 1,000 cigarettes, some dead actresses, and a rusty old toolbox under the seat. You close the rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce? All right, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Alright, seems like something police would do. What do you think of all this, Kim?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
This means it's well-funded. Technology like that, a major player must be financing it.
I'm not sure what the Yulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
What about the movie posters? Maybe they're significant.
As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
A lot of women there, especially for a lady driver's cabin. Could they be a lesbian?
Yes, well...
I think this is connected to the Union.
We didn't find anything conclusive linking them to the smuggling operation. But somehow, I doubt that Evrard Claire would be oblivious to something like this happening right under his nose. My suggestion is, we use it against the Union in any way we can, to our own ends. It's a slippery hill, but we just might be able to pin them down, indirectly, down the road.
In short, this is a future angle. Possibly a good one.
Will the RCM open an investigation into this?
We should return to the murder case, see what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I'll call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
What are you thinking?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madre grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption?
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Okay, debrief over.
Debrief over. After you.
I can go talk to Joyce now. But first I gotta hold my bag. Actually, there was a thing. Smoke on the balcony. I need to be ready for that on this day. Probably, like, not today. I'm probably gonna do that next week. But I gotta remember, that's a thing. Where's that going again? I know I was going to Joyce, but I think I had another idea. So, I don't remember where I was going, so I'm just gonna go back to Joyce. Can I re-inspect the wall?
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Okay, conceptualization. So, I think I did fail this check before, but... maybe, like, it got unlocked because... like, I put something else on. Do I have anything else with conceptualization? I don't think so. I think I generally wear my smart clothes by default. I think that's everything.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Okay. Conceptualization 7. With +2. Why am I looking at this wall?
Yeah. Why? It's a wall. An ordinary wall.
I'll get it next time.
Why must we stop to look at this wall every time we pass by? We have business to attend to.
Just checking. It's business, Kim. You wouldn't get it. Hello, I'm the police. Put your hands behind the ground.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I spoke with the lawyer at the roundabout. The thing is done.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Where exactly are these eyes located?
It doesn't really matter, and I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this. In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, Will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I am sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
You said contain the situation?
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
I've already heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike, but I need your testimony.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
A momentary lapse of faith?
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer. Every worker a member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric and not a serious demand, but the stridency of it seems to have spooked them.
Every worker a member of the board. Do you need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating.
Isn't that the company that made the shoes, like my boots?
They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the Whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
What then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
Maybe the investigations can team up, share resources and intelligence.
Surely you're joking. These people are killers. My only hope is that yours provides a single, concrete suspect before they indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The Débardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
The Serai's giant hornet, the world's 2nd largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours.
These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1 or 2 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
As I said, a bloodbath.
Isn't this a pretty bleak scenario you're describing?
Many bleak scenarios have already come true. Nameless, badgeless detective of the Citizens Militia. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
What can you tell me about Cornell?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients: Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Yeah, well, first, she called me out on my boat failure, and then she called me, like, nameless, badgeless. At least I didn't take morale damage.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Anything else you got on them?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell.
Did you call the company and tell them to call them off?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
Where are the remaining 2 mercs now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
We still need to know where they are. Maybe I can take their armor.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Okay. Yeah, where are these mercenaries? 97%.
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbor gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
Okay, I know where this guy is, but who's the guy watching from the buildings? One's probably in the building overlooking the roundabout.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a shortwave at the ship's wheel.
One must be the good, ill-fitting work clothes by the harbor gates, the scab leader.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
What if I kick them while I wear my special boots? It'll protect my feet. What if? I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna put on the boots and I'm gonna talk to the scab leader.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a border keg. Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
I have another question.
I hope I can answer it better.
How much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Skerner, the one who was hanged. Did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
His name was...
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Tell me of the others first.
One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see if she knew him better than she let on. She passed.
That's all right, ma'am. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
I can't imagine having no facial expressions. That must suck. Having facial paralysis and not being able to emote. Couldn't be me.
Indeed. This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own.
I probably am seeing a bunch of skill points. I have like 6 skill points. What I could probably do is, I could probably pick one like really, really hard check and like get it. Is there any like really obscenely hard check that I should try and get?
In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Who did the passing on, then?
The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe.
What did these people say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
And who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
Enough for now.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Now can you tell me about these tattoos?
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
For about half a minute, in silence.
It was taken with a Trigat not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Let's just observe the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like stars in the sky?
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What travels did the dead man make?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semnes Islands, then this.
Where's that?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Vredefort? Vredefort has a military academy. The Semnes Islands saw a recent conflict. In Revachol, he was executed.
Maybe it's a record of his military career.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident. Mercenary tattoos.
For all the boys looking for adventure, a blood spatter on the seas.
Who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Surely there are other people to ask about the tattoo. This is not necessary to complete the task, officer. It's a dangerous side task. Search elsewhere.
Should I ask them about the tattoos? Okay. Maybe I will ask somebody else. Yeah, I'm gonna look for somebody else.
I am relieved you think so. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security.
What is the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Alright, that's all for the tattoos. Thank you for the help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No. Anyway. Is this a lot of skill points, like, just to sit on? Originally, I intended to just spend all my skill points on the thought cabinet and get as many, like, slots as possible. But I probably could use some of these too. If I have to put a point in anything, it's probably gotta be something in intellect or motorics. Because everything else is, like, capped at 1 or 2 extra points. Well, what if I need it? What if I come to a critical moment? A critical moment where there's a check I absolutely have to pass. And then I could just dump, like, 6 points into whatever it is. I mean, I've been doing pretty well so far. I don't think I failed any check today, except for the one about breaking the window. Yeah, in which case... like, why spend them then? What was it doing again? Ask another about the tattoo's possible meaning. I have an idea. If I can get past this crack. I don't know where they are though. Is it the... What about this guy? Can I walk in here? I don't think I talked to these people yet.
whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Alright, ball time.
That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime.
Yeah, 97%. And the cutscene.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work.
I almost critically failed that. I rolled a 1 and a 2. I almost critically failed, like an almost guaranteed check. Feel the ball.
The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready.
Taking the surroundings.
A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball.
After a last glance inward, who am I?
An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency.
The inertia can be contained with no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Go. Be the bullet.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit? It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
What the hell is your problem?
Not a weak red triceps, that's for sure.
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
Wait, what?
You vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 bull.
Oh, pétanque. I thought it was shot put.
Well, it damn well isn't. It's pétanque. You ruined a pétanque game. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
Okay, I'll find the ball.
Good. Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us?
Yes, why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder. You never know. He might know something. This is a good vantage point.
I found your guard booth.
Yes. The Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
Saw a picture of there. You were in it. Who's the girl?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern. and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
So who is working your shift?
No one. The bus has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Mostly decorative.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
See. See. Yeah, everyone gets it. Big guys looking after the small one, everyone working together. I love it.
Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now?
Got it.
Yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
I saw the statue of Philip III near the roundabout.
Ah, yes! King Philip III on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
How should a true king rule?
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood.
Not sure how I feel about that.
You haven't lived as long as I have, son. With age, a man learns certain things about real power, or else ends up a spineless socialist rat, like Gaston here.
And the worst part of that, officer, is having to spend your days playing pétanque with an angry snake.
The Carabinier doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve.
What was that about cocaine?
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take the responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine, for clarity of vision, to aid in their work. Regnum cocainum, Revachol's finest years.
Of course, clarity of vision, awareness.
I mean, look, this is maybe this is a historical lesson. I'm experiencing history. I probably even have a bottle, but don't I have a bottle of speed in my pocket?
Philippe III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
He's just making excuses for the king's habits, isn't he?
Seems like irresponsible behavior for a monarch. Rogue users shouldn't even operate heavy machinery, much less real countries.
From what I've seen of the officers of the RCM... But I don't want to get into a debate about drug policies.
Let's talk about something else.
Right.
Do you know anything about the man hanging in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the locals?
In Martinez, the Union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with cops.
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
So you don't know anything?
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
It is true, sire. He knows nothing.
Is it just me, or did my lighting just go all weird? You see me playing in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Does it have anything to do with all the bullet holes I've been seeing around?
Yes. It was left by heavy artillery fire.
Okay, a crater left by heavy artillery fire, but why? I feel like I just saw, like, the map light up a bit, just abruptly. Maybe it's just me.
Why what?
Why was heavy artillery used?
Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Did you use artillery fire against them?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't so, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Why shell them here in Martinez?
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first.
The beachhead?
Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
Not far from the northeast.
This here is Blood Ground, where Coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood Ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Is that why everything's so bombed out?
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the Coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
Foreign powers cleaned up our mess, and now they rule us. Shake my head in shame.
I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains.
You can look down at my boots. My boots are probably cooler, except I'm not wearing them right now.
I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Fricelle had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
Hey, the Suzerain, that's the board game I played with Kim. You mentioned Guillaume.
A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Fricelle. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile.
Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume abandoned him, and he doesn't want to admit it.
Who's Fricelle?
Damn Fricelle. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution.
He slouches as he says that. It makes him smaller, admitting they left the king to the mob.
What exactly is a Suzerain? Except for that board game I played with Kim.
The Suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Threw the bull in the sea. I could probably go fetch it, maybe. Or put on some plus composure clothing items. Not the shoes, though. Regrettably. +1 composure. See what else I got. I already have +1 composure. Let me put on my composure shoes.
There they both are. Two identical shoes. Both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin. Reunited on your feet. Like two baby crocodiles.
These don't look like normal cop shoes.
It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are.
How do they fit?
Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
I mean, it's probably gonna be nothing, but I want to see if I can. What was that? Was that a thing?
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname.
Kim, look at bullet holes.
Where?
Someone's been shot. We're cops. We should solve it.
There? Those are old.
What do you mean old?
These bullets were fired during the revolution, over half a century ago. They do not warrant investigation.
Okay, what can you tell me about the revolution?
Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Shall we go?
I do want to finish and read out soon, but I'm going to try that composure check on them, and then that'll probably be it. You know anyone who's like, who I can raid? Wait, what's this thing? Enormous bulls, worthy of a real man. I can just give him these, like these old cannonballs. Let's see. Composure 6.
We are still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking.
That's not bad. It's a white check too, so I can just put a point in if I really want to know. What is it about this old soldier that makes him stand so proud?
All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform. This is not uncommon.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabineers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume Le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Don't you mean Frissel the Fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry.
Thank you for your time. Alright. I should save. And let me see who we have to raid. I think that was pretty good. We even got the boots. We gotta put them on for what? Morale. What's with my foot there? Is that like, oh, that's Kim, I think. I think that's Kim's arm. Yeah, that was Kim's arm. Look, it's so shiny too. Alright. Yeah. Anyway. My food was actually cooked like 2 hours ago, and it's probably cold by now. But it was worth it, because I had a fun time in Disco Elysium. Is anyone I know on? No, no one I know is on. Let's see. Let me check. Weiss. I don't think I've ever seen them before. Let me see. They're playing Elden Ring. Who else have we got? I don't think I've heard of Kiwi's Corner. We see. They're playing Content Warning. I like that. They've been going for 3 hours. I think I'm gonna go with Kiwi's Corner. What if I jump scare them? I feel like I've had this exact train of thought before. Somebody playing Content Warning and I choose to raid them because I want to jump scare them. Anyway. Once again, I had a lot of fun with Disco Elysium. Thanks, Maeve, for keeping me company and reviewing my misadventures, especially with cocaine and the boots today. Those are two very strong themes today, cocaine and boots. And tomorrow, I'll be playing Sunhaven, because on Friday we're going to do like that Lethal Company thing, which, assuming I sign up for, which I still haven't, by the way, we're probably going to do that. I still need to try, like, to see if those performance mods were better. I don't remember if I gave you, like, the new code with the performance mods or without them. Probably with, I think. But we can double check later. But anyway, I'll bother you later.